Welcome back to WikiLert.
Today, we're talking about one of the hottest topics blowing up online, Joe Rogan. Reacting to Charlie Kirk absolutely destroying a woke professor and shutting down liberal critics in what's being called one of the most brutal takedowns of 2025. If you've been scrolling through YouTube or X lately, you've probably seen the clips Rogan breaking down Kirk's savage debate skills, laughing his head off while calling it pure gold and the kind of logic that leaves the other side speechless. This whole saga stems from Kirk's fiery campus confrontations and Rogan's take on them during a recent episode of the Joe Rogan Experience, and it's got everyone from conservatives cheering to liberals fuming. So grab a drink, get comfy, and let's break it all down like we're sitting in the studio with Joe, piecing together the drama, the key moments, Rogan's hilarious reactions, and why this is the conservative clapback of the year. Let's get into it. Picture this. It's late August 2025, and Charlie Kirk, the 31-year-old firebrand founder of Turning Point USA, is on his American comeback tour, hitting college campuses across the country to rally young conservatives and take on what he calls the radical left indoctrination machine. Kirk's no stranger to heated debates. He's built his brand on dismantling progressive talking points with quick wit, facts, and unapologetic energy. But this time, things escalated when he faced off against a self-proclaimed woke professor at a public university event, a moment that's been clipped, shared, and dissected a million times over. The professor, a gender studies expert pushing the idea that gender isn't real and biology is a social construct, starts grilling Kirk on his views about traditional values and free speech. Kirk doesn't flinch. He hits back with a series of razor-sharp questions that expose what he calls the hypocrisy of the woke agenda. If gender isn't real, why are we spending billions on surgeries and hormones for kids who can't even vote? Kirk fires off, followed by, "You say biology is fluid, but you demand we accept it as fact. Sounds like the intolerance you accuse us of." The professor stumbles, tries to pivot to systemic oppression, but Kirk circles back with stats on conservative campus censorship, leaving the crowd roaring and the prof red-faced. It's the kind of exchange that goes from awkward to legendary in seconds, and clips of it racked up over 10 million views on YouTube within days. Now enter Joe Rogan, the king of podcasts and no-holds-barred commentary, who catches wind of this showdown during episode number 2123 of the Joe Rogan Experience, aired on September 2nd, 2025. Rogan, fresh off his own viral rants about woke nonsense in academia, brings it up while chatting with guest Jordan Peterson, the psychologist and conservative darling known for his critiques of identity politics. Rogan pulls up the clip on his big screen, and as Kirk dismantles the professor point by point, Rogan's cracking up, slapping his knee and saying, "Holy sh*t, this is brutal. Look at that guy's face. He's melting like a snowflake in the sun." Rogan goes on to praise Kirk's style, calling it calm destruction, and adding, "Charlie's not yelling or name-calling, he's just hitting with facts and logic. That's how you win these debates. Make them defend the indefensible." He ties it to broader issues, ranting about how universities are indoctrination camps, pushing gender ideology without debate, and how Kirk's takedown exposes the liberal echo chamber. Peterson chimes in, agreeing that Kirk's approach mirrors his own emphasis on free speech and truth, saying, "It's the Socratic method in action, question everything, and watch the house of cards fall." The segment lasts about 15 minutes, with Rogan replaying the clip twice for emphasis, and it's pure entertainment gold, blending humor, outrage, and sharp analysis that's got Rogan's 14 million subscribers buzzing. But it doesn't stop there. The rumors and backlash kicked in fast. As the clip from Rogan's podcast went viral, liberal critics piled on, accusing Kirk of cherry-picking the debate and Rogan of amplifying hate speech. One MSNBC pundit called it a dangerous echo chamber for misinformation, while a viral tweet from a progressive Activists claimed the professor was ambushed and edited out of context. Rogan didn't let that slide. In a follow-up JRE episode on September 5th, he reacted to the critics, pulling up full footage of the debate to show it was unedited and Kirk was invited by the university. "These people can't handle when their ideas get challenged," Rogan said. Laughing, they cry ambush because they lose. Charlie destroyed her with one line: "If gender's a construct, why are we legally forcing it on kids?" Boom, mic drop. He went on a tangent about cancel culture, tying it to his own experiences with Spotify Backlash over COVID takes, and praised Kirk for standing up to the mob without backing down. The critics fired back harder, with a New York Times op-ed labeling Rogan's reaction irresponsible amplification of right-wing tropes, but Rogan's fans flooded the comments, calling it peak Joe facts over feelings. This whole saga has roots in the ongoing culture wars, where figures like Kirk and Rogan are lightning rods for debate. Kirk, who founded Turning Point USA in 2012 at just 18, has made a career out of campus tours that challenge progressive orthodoxy, drawing massive crowds of young conservatives. His organization, with chapters on over 3,000 campuses, pushes free markets, limited government, and traditional values, often clashing with professors and activists. Rogan, with his massive podcast reaching millions, has become the go-to reactor for these moments, blending comedy with commentary that resonates with his audience. Their alliance isn't new. Kirk guested on JRE in 2019, discussing free speech and campus censorship, and Rogan shouted him out multiple times since. In 2025, with elections looming and woke debates raging from gender to climate, this exchange feels timely, like a microcosm of the divide. Fans on social media are eating it up, with posts like "Charlie Kirk just owned that prof" and Joe Rogan calling it out as chef's kiss. Critics, though, see it as part of a pattern, with one tweet saying Rogan and Kirk teaming up to bully academics. Sad state of discourse. The impact of Rogan's reaction can't be overstated. It's turned Kirk's debate into a cultural flashpoint, with the full clip now at over 20 million views. It's inspired memes, reaction videos, and even parodies, with TikTokers recreating the professor's stunned face. For conservatives, it's a win against woke indoctrination, with Kirk tweeting, "Thanks to Rogan for the shout-out," saying, "Joe gets it, logic over emotion every time." Liberals are pushing back, with petitions calling for university accountability and articles decrying the toxic masculinity in the exchange. Rogan, true to form, doubled down in his next episode, inviting a gender studies expert for a debate, saying, "Let's talk it out, no ambushes, just facts." Whether it leads to more dialogue or deeper divides, this moment's a snapshot of 2025's culture clash, with Rogan and Kirk at the center. What do you think? Did Charlie Kirk destroy the professor, or was Rogan's reaction over the top? Drop your thoughts in the comments, hit that like if you're team logic, and subscribe for more political breakdowns. Tap the bell so you don't miss the next one. Thanks for rocking with me. Let's keep the debates alive, fam.